Hello, different setup today because I'm gonna attempt and do a vlog this week because I'm going on holiday. I'm going camping for the first time since about 10 years, so it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm going to Texel, which is one of the islands of the Netherlands all the way up north, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought I would share with you what books I'm planning to take because obviously I hope to do a lot of reading. So the main event is going to be a Still Life by Sarah Winman. This is the book club book for this week, but I've also been sort of saving it for my summer holiday because it just seems like such a perfect immersive summer read. Don't know much about what the book is about, but that's okay. I have a feeling it's going to be excellent and yeah, just really good. I'm also bringing with me Gathering Moss by Robin Wall Kimmerer because I wanted to have some non-fiction with me as well. These are essays, so maybe it'll be nice to like start the day with reading an essay or something. I've already read one or two of the essays and I'm really loving it. Also gonna bring my e-reader because it's already starting to get dark relatively early in the evenings, so then I can read when it gets dark. I'm not sure what I have on my e-reader. I have a subscription to a Dutch indie publisher, so I get all their ebooks, so there should probably be something interesting in there. And then I'm also bringing my Just In Case book, in case I finish my other paper books or in case I don't like them. I don't think that's very likely, but it's always good to bring a just in case book. So that's it. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. Still gotta do a lot of packing. I'm guessing the next shot will be off a boat, an island, the sea. We'll see. So it is day 2 of camping and my first update on how I'm doing. And there was someone else sitting or camping right next to me yesterday and this morning, so I felt too awkward. But there's no one there now, so I can talk a little bit. I have been doing a lot of cycling today around the island, and I did a bit of swimming. Got my beach hair, it's coming along nicely. I've done a little bit of reading, not too much. I'm about 50 pages in Still Life by Sarah Winman, and I'm loving it. Sarah Winman is such a talented author. I love her attention to detail, and I think especially in this book because art plays such a big role in it. I love how she often will draw your attention to like certain details in the story. Like she's a guide in a museum, and she draws your attention to certain details that you might have overlooked if you didn't know what to look for. So yeah, that's one thing I've been really noticing in this story, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I believe this is going to be the last really warm day. There's actually going to be a pretty big storm coming tonight, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know how waterproof this tent is, and I've been looking around to see if there's, likely places where lightning will strike. So yeah, that as well. If I survive this night, I'll take you along tomorrow. So it's a little bit later, and I've been reading a little bit in Gathering Moss, and I've been noticing that because it is about moss, which is a small plant, the author also really has an attention to detail, and I thought it was pretty cool that in that way it sort of speaks to still life as well. It sort of connects to each other. Yeah, I'm really enjoying just sort of looking around me and noticing the small details. As you might be able to see, I am no longer camping. I decided to cut my holiday short for a few days because there was a lot of rain forecast, and turns out my tent wasn't entirely waterproof anymore. So I didn't really feel like being damp for a few days. I am now staying in my sister's house. She lives sort of halfway between where I live and where I was camping, so I'm just gonna stay here for a couple of days. She's not here at the moment, so I'm still reading Still Life. I'm about 80 pages in, and one thing I've been really enjoying is how fantastic this group of characters is. The bit where I am now is all centered around this pub, and there's just a group of people all connected to that pub in some way, and it feels a bit like a found family. And what I love is that they just feel like such a well-rounded, fleshed out group of people. You can see that they have a big shared history together, which gets referred to at some small points in the story, but never really gets told in full. But that's okay, because I feel like I don't need to know the whole story. I love that you can feel that the story is there. I love the bond they have with each other, and yeah, it just feels like a really special group of people who are none of them perfect, but they care for each other, and yeah, really love that. Hopefully I'm gonna read quite a bit today. It's a very rainy day, and I plan to spend most of it reading, so I'm hoping to get a big chunk of this book done. I'll be heading home soon, so I figured I would do a little recap of what I read and end this vlog. So yesterday I ended up finishing September by Annelies Verbeke, who's a Belgian author. This is a book part of a series that a publisher here is doing, where they're gonna publish a book for every single month, and this was the first one. I think they'll have it pretty open for the authors to decide what they're going to do with their book. And what this author did was she took her diaries over the last 15 years. No, not the diaries, the you know, where you put in your appointments, more like a planner. And she took those and talked about, you know, what sort of happened each year, and intermingled with that were all little bits and pieces of all sorts of things to do with September, like, you know, poems with September in the title, or songs, or you know, important events happening in September. Yeah, it was a fun little book. I don't think I will read it again. Very much, you know, 3 stars. It was okay, but not that memorable. But I'm interested to see what other authors will do with the rest of the series. Then I read a total of 1 essay in Gathering Moss, so not much to report on that. I think Kimmerer is definitely an author that makes you want to be outside in nature and appreciate nature. I think that she is the author that makes you want to do that the most. And I got about halfway through in Still Life. Yeah, I'm really loving this book. If it's gonna continue like that, it's gonna be one of my favorites of the year. I love the setting, I love the writing, I love the characters. I've also noticed that it is a book that I want to sort of take my time with. So, you know, I could have probably read a whole lot more, but I like taking my time with this book. So yeah, that was my reading and the end of my holiday. I still have 1 week off after this, but you know, I have to do lots of things around the house, and I just want to do like day trips and things like that. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope I can make something of this vlog, but you'll notice this when you've watched it. See you next time. Bye bye.